Well, tonight the NTSB is taking a hard look at bridges around the entire country. They want to see whether the bridges meet the American Association of State Highway and Transportation's acceptable level of risk. This all comes nearly a year to the day after the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed in Maryland. A large cargo ship lost electrical power and crashed into the Key Bridge, causing it to go down. 6 people died that night. The NTSB wants to evaluate some bridges in our area. The Ben Franklin, the Walt Whitman, the Commodore Barry, and the Betsy Ross are all on the list. It's important to note being on the list doesn't mean the bridge is in danger. CBS Philadelphia's Josh Sanders has the full breakdown.
We need action. Public safety depends on it.
A call to action from National Transportation Safety Board Chair Jennifer Hominy after the NTSB identified 68 bridges built prior to 1991 lacking a current vulnerability assessment. It determines a bridge's risk of collapse if involved in a vessel collision.
What we are telling bridge owners is that they need to know the risk and determine what actions they need to take to ensure safety.
Local bridges recommended for a risk of collapse evaluation in our region include the Walt Whitman Bridge, Ben Franklin Bridge, Betsy Ross Bridge, Delaware River Turnpike, and Commodore Barry Bridge.
I believe that they are very safe.
The Delaware River Port Authority oversees the Walt Whitman, Ben Franklin, Betsy Ross, and Commodore Barry. CEO John T. Hansen says since 2003 they have completed several hazard risk assessments, which include vessel collisions.
Every bridge has pier protection. There are rock islands at the Commodore Barry Bridge, at the Walt Whitman Bridge. One of the piers is not in the water. The PA tower, though, is protected by both a dolphin and a timber fendering system. When you get into the Ben Franklin Bridge, that is protected, and those piers are in pretty shallow water. It would be hard for a ship to get to them, but they're protected by timber fendering systems.
We reached out to the Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission, which owns the Delaware River Turnpike. In a statement to CBS Philadelphia, the agency says, "We just received this NTSB report and will be thoroughly reviewing it over the coming days. Safety is the Pennsylvania Turnpike's top priority, and we are committed to advancing safety in all aspects of our operations." The NTSB clarified that their recommendation does not imply the bridges will collapse if struck, rather that bridge owners should assess if the risk exceed acceptable levels. Josh Sanders, CBS News, Philadelphia.